Night of the Knives hit, which was like the Nazis essentially went all through Germany, all their political enemies and everybody like that. They were all assassinated by hit squads all in one night. Beautifully organised, to the point where Stalin, who heard about it...
I was about to say, it was in the Death of Stalin. They were actually showing people going out in the night and just going, you, and you.
Yes, and they all got taken out. So the next morning, a completely different reality arises, sort of thing. And that's what I mean. They'll be smiling and they'll only show half of themselves right up to the point of critical mass. But once they have got the control and once they have the armies there...
They don't need to hide anything.
Yes, and then everybody is terrified. And once everybody's terrified, then they've got you. They've got your state and there's nothing you can do about it. You either flee or you're a martyr.
And you die.
Because you can't beat the state.
Yes.
And that's why you have to fight beforehand. And you've got to recognise the danger before it happens. That's just history. That's not me ranting on. That's just history. That's what happens.
No, it was very interesting.
Anyway.
But I think what we would suggest to people is if you're going to watch 1984...
Yep.
It will flag a few things, especially with what's happening in the world at the moment. You could look at it just as a film.
Yep.
But most people won't do that.
Just out of idle curiosity, we'll just quickly do the scores. I don't think that there should be a score given to this film. I think it should be mandatory for every single citizen of a democracy to watch.
I don't think so.
No, we need to set up a fascist state in order to make people watch this film so that they can stop having a fascist state. Oh shit, it's too late. Bugger.
No, I don't. Do you know what? This film I wouldn't suggest to anybody.
No, well,
purely because it can really trigger people and go, oh geez, and it can make people quite depressed that all week while they're driving in their truck they get pretty bent out of shape about it.
Very bent out of shape. Yeah, look, I would say for me, for the sheer power of the film and what it sets out to achieve, I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's an enjoyable film because, no, it is not,
I actually thought all the actors and actresses did a great job portraying fear, strengths, like Richard Burton, just the way it's all portrayed was just amazing. I thought some of the storylines, like when he first saw Julia in that scene where, they're all going, B, B, B. At first I thought, well, I don't know how she's linked because she seems so much younger than him as well.
Yep.
I didn't know, is she a daughter? Is she a sister? What is she? As in, where in the book it was very clear on who she was.
It was quite clear also that in that original scene when they were leading up to the BBB, that was all purely... You see, sex runs all the way through this film.
Oh, no. There are scenes where it's very clear. But to me... I would have liked it a little bit more obvious from the start, just so that we know, hang on, because I know there's lots of sex talk in it, saying we're not having orgasms, that's wrong, and all that sort of stuff.
Have you made the connection between getting the rage, building up the rage, getting them to absolute fever pitch, and then it shuts off the rage and it's the release. Then it's like they're in the afterglow going B, B, B.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
But that's what and they keep bringing that up. It's all coming. It's all in there. The way some of them are talking and how it's working and all the lessons.
Because
and things
man
like
is infinitely malleable.
Yes, I know. But what I'm saying is, I would have liked from the start the relationship he had with her more obvious, just from the start, so that I can tie into that individuality. Because I mean, the family stuff, like they're even removing the case that their family. That's what I mean. So is she family? Is she love? As in, why is it particularly Julia? As in, where in the book it's more clear how their relationships form.
Yep.
So I would have liked that just for me.
Yeah, sure. But that would have given you some sort of pleasure in the film.
I know. So
we could not have that.
No.
No. It's a little bit Mad Maxie, isn't it?
Yes.
Mary and Maxie, in that at least a Mary and Max gives you some pleasure, whereas this is unrelenting.
Is no pleasure in this.
No.
And Mary and Max, I do get pleasure at the end. There is that
you get the release at the end.
You get the release.
You get that 5 seconds, and now we cut to the credits.
Yes, well, I need that.
Yes,
I don't know about everyone else, but
yes.
I need that.
Whereas this just uses a sledgehammer and just pounds you into the anvil.
And I thought some of it. I thought it was shot well, but parts of it, I wanted it. The look maybe even more so hardcore, because I mean you're looking at them totally. They're all just same clothes, dirt. They're living in nothing. I would have liked to see more of his whole room, sort of thing. As in, just some of the shots I wanted a little bit more. And I'm looking at this purely from a film aspect, Paul, and not from a political aspect.
Well, that's right. Your sense of the aesthetics was slightly bruised.
I wanted a little bit more.
Yes, fair enough. So your score rating?
I'm finding it hard to give it a star rating.
It's very hard, isn't it?
Because I found it really depressing and I wouldn't watch it again.
No, well, no.
But that's what I mean. So I was a bit...
But you need to read
happiness.
the book now. You know you need to read the book.
Oh, well, I don't know if I can. I've read a shorter version of it. I know that's not the same, but I was like, I don't know if I even can do that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll
At least you got through the film, though. So well done. Well done for that.
Yeah.
But I told you, this is why I put this into a sealed section.
I'm going to give it a 5.
Yep.
Purely because there's nothing... Oh, well, besides the things I've listed, there's nothing technically wrong with it,
No.
but I didn't feel great about it.
No.
So it's like a middle ground for me.
Yep, sure.
So, and that's only because I like happiness and rainbows and cupcakes and unicorns and blah, 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 blah.
They're all being shot in the pasture.
And with so much going on at the moment too, and thinking about, what we as Aussies should
So
try.
you're a little head up about this as well, are you?
A little bit.
Yeah, not as bad as me though.
Well, let's just say...
I think I did quite well. I contained myself better than I thought I was going to.
Well, what sucked was after 1984, I thought, I better watch something really happy and comedic, like one of my fallback movies that I like.
Yeah.
But then I ended up listening to torture psychologists, and then I went, and I've got to watch Shawshank Redemption as well. I went, and all this other stuff happening in the media. I'm like,
next, Pip, what are we doing next week?
All right, so just for some happiness, because we've been watching some pretty...
Yeah, grim stuff.
Grim stuff.
And that's my fault, and I'm sorry, people.
So, I'm sorry.
There's nobody.
So it was 9 stars from you.
Hey?
9 stars from you.
Yep.
And 5 stars from me. That's such a big gap, isn't it?
Well, we are different people. I revel in that stuff, though, as you know.
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah.
So next week, Vanessa's asked us to review Dogma.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Just exactly what we need. Let's rant about religion next week.
Gosh. But at least we'll do it in a happy way.
Hey, at least I've got some sort of authority on it, because I am, in fact, Catholic. It's Catholicism.
Are you actually saying that?
Catholicism, wow.
Are you actually saying that, though? Do you tell people you're a Catholic?
Oh, I'm not. I'm an atheist now. But
well, that's what I mean. Can you say...
But I was...
Sorry. I was pre-Catholic and now I'm atheist.
Yes. I went through my Catholic phase.
Oh, and I'm nothing. I'm an atheist as well. Just the, whatever.
Buddy
anyway,
Jesus.
And I know nothing. Wait. So when it comes to religion, I know nothing. So Vanessa would like us to watch Dogma.
Yep.
And so the movie that you and I are putting up
Yep.
is an Aussie film, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Which you put up. You wanted it. You asked for it.
No, I thought it was good to put an Aussie film up, but that wasn't too hardcore, because Aussies can do slightly depressive films.
Can we?
Yes, we can. Some of our films can be bloody
I know,
bloody upsetting.
They can rip your heart out, can't they?
Yes. So I thought, well, come on, that one's got a bit of a lightness to it. I mean, it's still got a moral and a little bit of a...
Yeah. No, those two will be double plus good.
Yeah. So next week we'll be doing Dogma and Priscilla, and Paul thinks everyone should watch 1984. I think no one should watch 1984 unless you really want to. And I think you should watch Shawshank Redemption, and Paul goes, I don't like it.
I didn't say that everybody should watch it for the enjoyment that it will bring them, because
for educational purposes.
Well, yes, but just to get people focused, because I genuinely think we're coming in for some very hard years in front of us, and it wouldn't hurt that people were kind of forewarned and forearmed, so that they can at least look what's in front of them, so that they can recognise it.
So they can kick and scream the whole time?
That's exactly it. We had this conversation before we started. We were talking about different styles of, if you're going to the chopping block, how do you want to go? Pip was kind of saying, well, kind of not knowing they actually go into the chopping block and before you know it, bang, that's probably a good way to go. Or in my particular style, kicking and screaming the whole way.
But at least your way, you've got a slim chance of getting away because you're aware it's there, you know it's coming, and you can you can start working out ways to get away from it, even if it's a very slim chance. Where if you don't know it's there, then your head's already off before you realise.
You're a sheep going up the chute. Yes, up into the slaughter yard. Yep.
So I think your way is better.
Oh, well. Occasionally a goat might fly out over the top, but anyway.
And go, ha-ha,
suckers! Okay. All right. Well, on that very upbeat and cheerful kind of conversation, I hope we haven't lost everybody from that. But look, it had to be, we had it put up, and I kind of wanted... I wanted you to watch this for a very long time now, as I said. And, and I'm very happy that I got you to watch it, and I'm very happy with the effect of it.
You're happy that you've devastated my whole being?
No, I haven't devastated your whole being, but it's brought things to your mind now that you may not have necessarily been thinking as sharply about.
Oh, well, I was about to say I have been thinking, but not as sharply.
Yeah, it brings it to focus. That's all I was trying to achieve with that. That's all. I wasn't trying to destroy your soul or anything like that.
That's just a bonus.
That's when I say, and can we watch Saviour next week? That's when I actually want to destroy your soul.
It's not on the list. Dogma and...
No. I'm holding that one for a special occasion.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, no, it's
Merry
terrible.
Christmas, Pip.
Yeah. A Christmas movie. Yes, absolutely brilliant. All right, guys. I hope you're still
Anyone
listening.
who's left.
Anyone that's left. All right. Well, we shall...
We'll do a better job next week, we promise.
Yes, I'm sure we will. Okay, well, we'll take you out with this bit of uplifting music, shall we?
Uplifting.
I better make sure all the knobs are right. Okay, here we go. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.